And live. My computer says I have 3 waiting. Evil Rick, how you doing? It says I had 3 waiting. And I know I'm a little bit early, but I'm still trying to get it set up. And hopefully, okay, you're not fuzzy tonight. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm getting comments 2 different times. Yeah, I think I figured out my Wi-Fi problem. We're probably going to get some background noise because I've got my garage door wide open so I can get my Wi-Fi in the shop. As you can see behind me, those of you who have been on here before will notice that it's a different background. I want to get it a little more like that. If I can do that, so I can sit back a little bit. There we go. All right. Can you still hear me when I sit back, Rick? Because hopefully I have a guest coming in, coming on, and I want him to be able to occupy the second chair and still be heard. So if somebody give me a thumbs up or down on the audio, that'd be great. Howdy, Jim Reynolds. Says I got 6 people watching already. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Oh, howdy, Jim Reynolds. I know it says 6 people watching. I see 2 people in the chat. So I'll give the obligatory, give me a thumbs up if you can. Give me a like, that would help. And then if you're new here, leave in the chat who you are and where you're from. So I kind of know who I'm talking to. That'd be great. Makes it a little bit more personal, a little more amiable, I think the word is. I'm a little tired and fuzzy. So I'll be talking a little bit more about it later when other people come in, but I just got back from seeing my brand new grandbaby. So I'm a little out of sorts, but we'll pull this off. At least I'm not sitting in my bedroom this time. I don't know what this is. You go away. But yeah, it's almost like I'm sitting outside right now. So if you hear some background noise, from Washington, West Virginia. Okay, does that mean you're from the state of Washington and West Virginia, or is there a town in West Virginia called Washington? Sorry, dog, I'm here and being daddy too. G-O-M-A. Goma, I'm going to say. My granddaughter turned 3 today. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, Jim. And hello, G-O-M-A. Goma. It's got to stand for something, I'm guessing, because it's in all caps. So, and if you're somebody I already know and I'm screwing it up, forgive me. Like I said, I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment. I anticipated being home a couple hours earlier, and my wife informed me, yes, town in West Virginia. Well, that's got to be confusing to more people than just me. But, yeah, while I was at the hospital, my wife informed me that I forgot about having a physical therapy appointment today, so I had to run and do that and then fly back. So I'm a little bit tight on the wire right now. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come here, Patsy. Yeah, my cat wants to say hi. I didn't even know he was outside. Yeah, Washington, West Virginia. Come here, bud. Come here, Patsy. It's okay. You're all right. You could be on camera. Come on. Kitty. Come here, Patsy. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Hi. Hi. Nope, no camera for him. Formerly Jaybird had to change names. Oh, gotcha. Lolly Crafty Rider Gammy. How you doing, Lolly? Well, we got 7. I'm not even supposed to be on for another 20 minutes, and I've already got 7 viewers. That's pretty awesome. I gotta send a link to somebody, so bear with me for a second. Let's see, guests, invite guests, copy. Okay, get that out of there. All right, give me a second. I don't know if this is gonna turn off or not, but I gotta send somebody a message real quick. Ugh. Hopefully it stays on. If this shuts off, bear with me. I'll be back in like 90 seconds, if that. And give me Instagram. There. Okay, now get back to where I want to be. All right, I think I'm back. Fine, I will leave and come back in 20. All right, am I back? It looks like I'm back. Computer's not showing me yet, but there. Oh, there I go. Okay, I'm back. Well, I'm supposed to have a guest here in a little while, and can't be a guest if don't give him the link. Oh, there's Kim. Hi, Kim. Hey, Frogzilla. And he's still sending me messages. I'm an idiot. I don't know why he's an idiot. Hopefully, hey, go back. There we go. This is why I'm trying to be able to do this on my computer so I can answer messages on my phone at the same time. I don't have my Instagram or Facebook on the computer yet, so all I can do is my phone, and I'm filming. All right, let me tell him he can come on whenever he wants. Whenever you want, buddy. I'm already streaming, so it's up to you. Link in. I'll see you in the green room, and I'll click you in whenever you're ready. Oh, DDK. Hi, DDK. What's going on? Well, you're going on. You're in a cool kids room right now. Kim, if you're still on here. Oh, come on. The voice message didn't come through. Ugh. This is ridiculous. I need 2 phones, I guess. Message. Anytime. Send it. Why are you not sending? Come on. Come on. Okay. All right. I am here. Hopefully that's the last time. Thought we were on the short bus. Yeah, we're definitely on the short bus around here. Hey, Kim, if you guys ever want to be on here, just come on out here. Hopefully, it seems like I'm going to do this every Thursday night. And I know it's a little bit of a ride, but if it's a nice day and you guys want to come on out here and get on the live stream, you are definitely more than welcome. Just don't expect professionalism. This isn't a real studio. I'm not a real YouTuber. I just play one on TV. I'm trying to wake up a little here. Oh, I'm not sure this chair is going to work so well for me. Oh, my goodness. There. I am testing out my computer, so don't mind my ridiculous comments. Sounds good. Next time I'm heading to see my nephew now. Oh, good. Good. Yeah. Tammy was saying that they wanted you to go up there. So good deal. Hopefully Em's getting some sleep. She was pretty tired. And I don't know how to post pictures on this. Otherwise, I'd show a picture of my new grandbaby. They play with this a little bit. Layout, private chat, broadcast info. Nope. Not going to tell me how to do it. Okay. I don't know how to post extra pictures in here off of the phone. Maybe it's just a computer thing. I don't know. And somebody's here. Oh, hey guys. If you can hear my dogs barking in the background, that means I have company, and it's actually my first guest. So it's getting close to time, and I got enough viewers. I wanted to talk about upcoming events. I have some local people on here, so it'll be really pertinent to them. But I think it'll be a cool thing. Doc Harley did one yesterday with some really cool guests. Something Valley, something or other. It's out there in New York, I guess. And they're doing a really, really, really cool thing. So that was a really good. If you haven't seen Doc Harley's live stream from last night, then it's worth a watch. It's a good organization doing some good stuff. So I'll have to make a room for another chair here. Let me throw. What's up, Mr. Bill?
Hey, sir.
Let me throw the invite on here because it always freaks me out. You can't hear anybody until somebody else is in your stream for obvious reasons. So let me throw a comment in here. Yes, more. Post comment. And if anybody wants to join in, the invitation is now there. Hudson Valley. Thank you, Goma. Thank you. Yeah, Hudson Valley. They said they had like over 10,000 members all over the place, multiple clubs, multiple organizations, even 1% clubs and stuff like that. Very inclusive, very cool. Very, very cool. So if you haven't seen that, check out Doc Harley's live stream from last night. And if you're in that area, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York area, then it might be something you want to look into. Well, you want to have a seat over here?
Sure. You tell me where, but
I think I'm going to have to move the camera a little bit, I think.
wide angle lens on me.
Let's see if he makes it in here. Yeah, hopefully that's a little comfortable. Good. Everybody say hi to Bill. That's Bill Lindeman.
Hi, everybody.
Tell me if you can hear Bill back there or if he's going to have to be closer, because it does no good for him to be on here if you can't hear him.
I can speak up.
I don't know if that's your band yet or not.
No see.
I know, right? You haven't been out here in a while. Were you in town? Because I just went by Juliet's house and was going to stop by, but I was kind of in a hurry.
No, I was actually
warranty
issues on my Harley.
Oh,
so I spent my day at the Harley dealership. So,
well, that usually sounds like a fun thing to do, but if it's warranty issues, not so fun.
Yeah, well, they covered it, so thank you, Timbertown.
All right, yeah, that's our home place. You want something to drink?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm not sure what we have, but if you get thirsty, tell me. I'll dig something up for you. Okay, so since we're coming up on 6 o'clock anyways, we'll just go ahead and start because I don't want to. It's a busy man over here. I don't want to take up all this time. So, Bill, tell us who you are and what you're representing this evening.
Hi, everyone. My name's Bill Lindeman. I run the operations department at Juliet's House, Child Abuse Intervention Center in McMinnville, Oregon. Juliet's House. What a child abuse intervention center does is when there is a case of child abuse that has been referred, it comes from Department of Human Services, District Attorney's Office, detectives, what have you. Juliet's House are the people that do the analysis. They do the initial interview with the child. They do clinical tests. They check the kid, make sure, and then they determine whether abuse has happened. And then most importantly, they go to the courts and testify on the child's behalf. It's a really important program. The reason why
I go the extra mile a lot more than other organizations would. Yeah.
We also educate kids in schools on programs known as Safe Touch, that it's okay to say no. And we also have a full mental health therapy department. So even adults can come to us, get the therapy they need after some tragedy has happened in their life. What I'm here to talk about tonight is we're having a child abuse awareness ride on April 17th. This is a free ride to any biker that wants to take part.
22nd.
What did I say?
You said 17th.
My bad.
22nd.
April 22nd. Don't come on the 17th.
Yeah, 17th is like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah. Saturday, April 22nd. The address is 1075 Cedarwood Avenue. I have many, many things on social media. I'm sure Jay can even put up the flyer. It's a free event. We're trying to get as many bikers as we can. The main goal is to bring awareness to child abuse in our communities. Just a good example, Juliet's House does between 250 and 300 child abuse assessments a year. And we figure that's a small portion of what is actually happening in our small little community of Yamhill County. So what we want to do is get the communities involved, people understand what child abuse is, just start them asking questions.
So wait a minute, what was that number again? How many people you helped?
Between 250 and 300 individuals a year.
Okay, so for a little context for some of you guys, right now we're in a little town outside of, excuse me, we're outside of McMinnville, but Juliet's House is in a little town called McMinnville, and we're talking, I think last was 30,000, 33,000-ish, so not really big. So to help that many people in that, it's fairly rural. I think it's a little bigger than Newburgh, so it's the smallest town city in our county, but we are a very rural county, so it's really not that big. So do the math. Out of 30,000 people, and you're helping 300 victims a year, that's a good percentage. That's doing some good work. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, we help kids from the Oregon coast all the way to Newburgh, all cities in Yamhill County we cover. So our demographic is probably, I'd say about 250,000 people.
That's still a good percentage.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If you've seen the place, it's not a really, really big place. I mean, they've got a lot. What am I saying? A big thing in a small package. They don't have a very large opera. How many people do you have working there?
About 27.
27 people to help that. So that's almost a person helped per person working there. Volunteers or paid staff?
We have paid staff. We have part-time. A full FTE is a full-time employee, and I have the equivalent, I believe, of 18 FTEs.
Okay, I
mean, you add up the part-timers.
That's doing some good work, man. It really is. And Kim.
Yep.
Kim says hello.
Hi, Kim. We still got to do lunch.
Yeah, we've done some rides with them, and I've been friends with Bill for some years now. He's been more than an acquaintance. He's been a good friend and a good supporter of what we've got going on here. And I can tell you, everyone I've met from that place, even outside of Bill himself, but the other people, everybody I've met has got giving hearts, and they are there for the right reasons to do the right thing, and that always impresses me. It's not a business; it's actually a place that is there to do good. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks. That was good. So once again, April 22nd, the ride itself will probably be about 70, 75 miles. It'll start at Juliet's house, and then it's going to ride to the local communities. We've got some groups, some folks from a local Jeep club.
They were fun last year.
Help us.
They were fun last year.
And I've got a few cities from local law enforcement that are going to also help us get through traffic. So it'll be a fun ride. All are invited, and we look forward to seeing as many riders as possible. Being that it's on a Saturday, I'd love to have 100 bikes.
That'd be great. We had, what, about 35 to 40 last year, something like that?
Our first year, this is our third year.
Yeah.
In our first year, we had 65 bikes. And last year, it was...
The weather wasn't all that great last year. It kind of pooed on us a little bit.
And it was a weeknight. So.
Yeah, that is true, wasn't it? Yeah, it was on a Tuesday or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if any of you want, or if you're close enough to get involved in this, when we're done with the live stream, hopefully, go back and look on my channel. I did a short that is advertising this live stream, and the flyer for the pinwheels. What do you call it exactly? There's you had a blue pinwheels or something. But anyways, there's only two. There's only two events on there. You can figure out the blue one is his, and there's the flyer. Is that so you can pause the video and get all the information you need off of that flyer right there on my YouTube channel. So, because I haven't figured out how to post pictures on here yet. I'm still working on that, but it is on my channel. If you want to go look at it, the 30-second short, and pause it there, and you can get all the information you need. I know Kim already knows we're already planning on being there, but if anybody else is close enough, I know I have viewers from all over the place, even Canada, and I think I had somebody subscribe to my channel from Germany, I think even. So that's a little that's a little bit of ways to go for our ride, but the people that can, or if you just want to check out what it is and check more, Juliet's JULIETTES. Is there S?
Apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Juliet's house. If you want to check out their organization. I don't know if they have a link on there to donate if you'd want to help or whatever.
Yep, you can actually just go. There's no apostrophe in the website, but it's www.julietshouse.org. Check us out, and I'm sure if you just start typing Juliet's House, you'll find it.
Yeah, phenomenal. I was going to make. I have a. It's longer. It's probably like a 20-minute video based on Juliet's house and the rides we've done over the last couple of years. But it's in my hard drive, and my hard drive crashed. So as soon as I get my hard drive retrieved, then I'll run that by you so you can approve it. And we'll put I've got like a 20-minute promo video for Juliet's house coming up.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd mentioned that to you earlier, and then got sidetracked and then lost it when my hard drive crashed. So as soon as I get that fixed, we'll get in touch, and I will have a whole video on what they do over there, which is pretty cool.
That'd be good.
Yeah, so that's good things. That's the thing is, I know I started the series on our club and what we were going to do, what our plans are, and it kind of got sidetracked because it was that time of year and everything slowed down. But this goes in line with what Highway 18, what our mission statement is, what our goals are, what, basically why we are who we are is because we like to do stuff like this. And Bill here, I've told some of you guys know from my previous videos that we've had a group it's been like 3 years now, hasn't it? That the Highway 18 group has been around.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years, and Bill was one of the original people that started hanging out with us, and then we got involved in his organization. And it's, I wouldn't say it's like a full-fledged partnership, but it's been a great relationship to do things together. I really enjoy doing things like that because you can't go wrong when you help people doing what you love to do. That's just the awesomeness of being a bike group that does things for other people. You get to help other people while you feel, it's like what else do you want to do with your day but ride? And if you can get on your bike and make somebody else smile or do something to benefit an organization that actually helps people like you do, I mean, that's one of the great things that we get blessed with. So I'm not hating that at all.
Absolutely. Well, the Highway 18 crew is a great group of people. And know, I remember meeting Kim, yourself, your lovely wife, and everybody.
Yeah, you may not know yet, but there's a new addition.
Yeah, your grandchild.
Yeah, he was born at like noon.
That congratulations.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. Cool. So if I say that a lot, sorry, but I'm just a proud grandpappy right now.
I got my first grandchild coming June 1. So,
all right, your first?
My first.
Wow.
This makes me look like 7.
No, I just thought you had like older kids or something, and you would have had a couple by now. But no, your first is always amazing.
I had 3 daughters that were teenagers at the same time, so I went from a black-haired guy to a gray-haired guy in about 3 years. So, yeah.
Yep, they'll do that to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if Kim's on here or not, but Kim's got teenage girls, and yeah, I see her ready to be bald here some days. It's a handful having teenage girls, that's for damn sure.
Well, I got to tell you, this is my first live. Is this a podcast? Is this a stream?
It's just a live stream.
Okay.
Not a formal podcast. We're not there yet. Okay. This is only like my 3rd or 4th live stream, and I was joining other people's, and then it's like the group that I hang out with, everybody has like a slot, except for Ray. I don't know if Ray's watching or not, but Ray just gets on whenever he wants to. I get up at 4 a.m. to let the dogs out, and my phone says, Ray's, I'm alive right now. So I'm like, it's early, but I'll say hi.
Cool.
But yeah, my slot, somebody gave up the Thursday slot, and I decided to fill it in, and I kind of like this. There's some good people that come on here and interact, and you know, it's a good way to get word out about something, because like I said, there's people on here from all over the place. You know, as far as the ride goes, you want to reach local people, but as far as your organization goes, the wider the reach you have, the more support you have, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I want to do more of this. I want to get more guests on and tell more people what's going on. Hopefully get more local viewership as well as like I said, we definitely appreciate all you guys watching from parts unknown, but Ray does Monday. Yeah, he formally does Monday live, but he gets on all kinds of times, which is cool. But yeah, I'd like to use my reach to get more local people so that I can go on here and advertise something, and they're like, oh, I saw that on his live stream, or I saw that on one of his videos, and bam, there they are at our ride on, or your ride on next weekend. So hopefully this will grow enough that we can do that.
Get some local people who want to come ride with Highway 18.
So get used to this. If this grows the way I want it to, you're going to be sitting here quite often.
I'll be a happy guest.
You're a good guest. You're not afraid to be on the camera or anything like that. That's always good.
The weirdest thing is I'm watching one camera and then the other camera's a delay.
I know it is, because I watch when I'm inside. I watch it on my big screen in the bedroom, and there's like a 15-second delay or something, and there's like, and sometimes you can't see the comments on this little screen, so I'll watch them on the big screen, but they'll already be onto another conversation by the time you see them on the big screen, and it's kind of weird.
Well, I was kind of expecting you had your chair and then your desk and then the couch and then Ed McMahon.
I'm working on that. When we move to our new place, because we're moving here, and I didn't know if you know that or not, but we're moving within the next month, and when we get to our new place, I'm going to set up a real studio with boom mic and everything. So cool. You'll feel more like you're doing something real.
Cool. Yeah.
Right now, we're balling on a budget.
Well, and then what you need is a guest host, but you can have a different guest host every week.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to volunteer.
Well, normally there'll be a couple other people joining in here, but those people that normally do it, I got the link on there if anybody wants to join in, but I can see that it doesn't look like the normal chiming in crowd is in here right now. And we're down to 5 viewers.
Scared them all.
Does Bill have to get naked or something? Why are we losing viewers?
Don't want that. Or maybe you might do better. If you don't start viewing, Bill will get naked.
If I don't get 12 viewers in the next 90 seconds, Bill's taking clothes off.
Right. Stop. We're here.
I'll have 0 viewers. Oh my God, what happened? So I figured about 1 child per working day. I'm not exactly sure do you understand what she's saying by that? Well, it may be a he. I'm not sure if Goma, G-O-M-A, I'm not sure if that's a male or a female, honestly. but it says Dogg and Bill figured about one child per working day. One is too many, period. Does that mean one child is a victim or one child is abused per working day?
We usually, when we can see a child in the morning and a child in the afternoon. I don't know if that's the question. It's not 30 a month. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. If we're doing almost 300 between 250, I see what she's saying.
Yeah,
there's about 250 working days in a year.
Yeah, that almost equates to one a day, doesn't it?
Yeah, realistically, when I was first hired at Juliet's house, we would do assessments Monday through Wednesday. Now we do it almost every week, Monday through Thursday, 2 a day, and we're pushing into Friday. And it's sad. It's really sad. The only times when we don't have assessments are when our staff have to go to court, and when we have other, they have to go to trainings and stuff like that.
That is sad, and I'm going to say it here, and it's going to be all out on YouTube, so I can't take it back. But all you guys, if you see somebody abusing a kid, stop that shit. Make them stop that shit. That's not okay. Kids don't, kids.
People can go to our website and you can get the child abuse hotline number, and that's a direct line. There's somebody on that 24 hours a day, and you can report child abuse. It's 100% anonymous, and that's the weirdest thing. For years and years, we were programmed to be afraid of the weirdo in the van. We got this idea that what child abuse is there's some dude out there,
some stranger, predator.
The whole idea of stranger danger. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but most often child abuse is by someone that a kid knows.
Yeah, that's oh man.
And that's what messes with the kid's head the most. Because if you think about it, ever since you've been a kid, you've developed your values, you've developed what makes sense, and you develop what you're used to.
And most of us are also raised that, family is family, and family is important, and family is number one, and you don't go against the family. But what percentage-wise, how much of this do you think comes from the family direction? Because, it's like I've met many instances where it's a cousin or it's an uncle, and even worse if it's a father or mother. But a lot of times in my experience, not being a professional, I've seen a lot of, cousins, uncles, aunts, whatever, people that are just outside the ring of immediate family. But in my family, we were raised that family is family. And, to this day, I'm 53 years old and I call my aunts and uncle aunt and uncle. You don't call them by their first name. And, I'm 53 years old. And if I'm sitting at their house, they're still my aunt and uncle. And I still, treat them the same as I did when I was a kid. I mean, it's the respect thing,
And what's the sad part is, imagine if those people that you've grown up being told to respect are your abusers.
Yeah, that's unfathomable.
There's just something screwed up with that. I'm using another word, but I don't want to get you in trouble.
Well, I don't think it matters on this, but I mean, it's fucked up. It is. I'll say it, and if I get booted, I get booted. But that's the only way to put that, because you're raised as a child that you trust family, no matter what, and that's when that family doesn't earn that trust, and that's a really messed up situation.
Yeah. Far too often it's family. I don't know the exact numbers, but I can tell you it's more often.
Oh, let me see. I got another guest here. Oh, here comes my other guest. You're going to share the. There we go.
Slot.
No, it's all right. You can both be on at the same time.
See all this hype.
Brad.
Stuff?
What's up?
Hey, there you are, buddy. How's it going?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got one of my favorite shirts on, buddy. I love that shirt. It's on your Instagram, and I was like, that I got to get one of those.
Yes, sir.
It says hug dealer instead of drug dealer. It says hug dealer. So I don't know, Brad and Bill. I don't know if you're familiar with each other.
Hey, Bill.
How you doing, Brad?
Bill here is what is your official title?
Operating officer.
Operating officer for Juliet's house in McMinnville. Do you know what that is?
I believe so. I think I've heard of it before. Maybe you told
they
me.
deal with abused children and
Oh,
things
yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Brad here is I think you're the founder, or what's your official title in Crash?
I am the founder. Yeah.
He's the founder of Crash Inc.
Okay.
They do a lot of stuff. They've got so I was trying to tell you this about the other day is we're having, I don't know what your schedule is, but on the 22nd, not 17th, 22nd, we are having I'm just going to call it a blue pinwheel ride. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but because it's Child Abuse Awareness Month, and Juliet's house is having a ride on the 22nd through these parts of Yamhill County. So if your schedule's not already booked, which it may be, I understand you're busy, then we'd appreciate your guys' participation in that.
Absolutely.
And
When
on
is
the
it
other
again?
side,
Give it to me right now. Right now.
April
May
22nd.
or April. Ooh, dang it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do that.
man. So it's actually my birthday party.
What time is your birthday party? The ride's in what, mid-afternoon?
The ride is kickstands up at 1 p.m.
Kickstands up at 1. If you wanted to squeeze it in, then we can make that work for you.
1
I'll
p.m.
sing happy birthday to you before we head out.
We will do a happy birthday chorus with Harley exhausts.
Oh, thank you. I will see
You
what
can
I
do
can
it
do. I can't guarantee it, but I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah, as long as it's on your maybe list, we're good with that.
You got it.
Brad, if you're there in spirit, that matters too. It's all good, buddy.
What was that?
If you're there in spirit, that works too, man.
You got it. You got
I
it.
don't want to take you away from your birthday. That's important stuff.
But the Crash Inc., they do a lot of stuff in conjunction with organizations that help veterans and stuff like that. They do a lot of, for lack of another way, charitable events as well. So that would, you guys are birds of a feather in that sort.
Yeah.
Brad himself has, give me the date again, June
10th.
June 10th. Are you familiar with Oak Knoll Golf Club over there on the way to Salem?
Think so?
You know when you got by the Stinky Pig Farm?
Okay.
And there's the bridge with the cemetery.
Okay.
I think the golf course is behind the cemetery, Brad. Am I right on that?
Kind of. It would be to the west of the cemetery.
Okay, to the west of the cemetery. So it's right. It's pretty local. It's right in our backyard. But Pac Pacific Northwest Bike Show,
Pac West V Twin Show.
Pac West V Twin Show, and it's apparently going to be huge. Brad, tell us how huge it's going to be.
It's going to be way bigger than I expected, I guess I should say. I always wanted to have a really big show, kind of a little pipe dream. I just wanted to put a little motorcycle show together, and well, it's blown up to be quite the thing. It's going to be really big.
Well, I remember mid-December. What are we looking at? Like when I went on that ride with you guys, so that was like the 20th of December or something.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying that you really didn't have a whole lot organized yet, and you were still wondering what was going to happen. And then here we are 4 months later, and you're completely overwhelmed.
Completely. in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, not in a bad way.
Yeah, no, it's we've got over 25 vendors booked already. I've got almost 10 sponsors, different level sponsors. We're not going with a band this year. We're just going to go with a DJ. Hoping to have at least 40 bikes in the show. And it's all taking place on the fairway, which is just badass.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. It ought to be dried out by then. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, two fully stocked bars, plus a third bar outside with just beer and wine. I mean, it's going to have everything. Several food trucks, just about anything you can imagine. My buddy that owns a pretty good sized gym in Salem, he's going to come out and he's going to have a bench press and deadlift competition. I'm trying to think of what else. Who knows what other kind of shenanigans will go on.
So I have a question for you. Do you know off the top of your head what kind of vendors are going to be there? Like who specifically? As I know you have a lot of connections with some pretty cool companies.
I could read them off to you right now. I've got just about all of them written down, I think. And some of these are sponsors as well, but right now committed, I've got Timbertown Harley, Law Tigers, Elite Mototech out of California, RFP, Ride Faster Pussy, 17 Cleans, Cherry City Bagger Bars, Good Time Motorcycles, Night Stalker Motorcycles, Twisted Fab, C&K Laser, Downtown Tattoo. They'll have 3 tattooers there on site. Shack Shop, The Ton Mag, which is a pretty good sized magazine. Trauma Moto, Kamikaze's the weightlifting company there that's going to have the competition. Spirit Fire Burns, Shifter Crew, another company out of California, good friends of mine. Highway 36 clothing line. Trying to think, I'm probably leaving some people off and they'll hate me for it, but my company, Crash Inc. will have a booth. Might as well just go right into my sponsors too, since we're talking about it.
Go ahead,
our headline sponsors this year are V Twin Visionary and Timbertown Harley Davidson. Our title sponsors are Ride Faster Pussy, Law Tigers, Legion Moto out of Portland, Mondo Moto Media, and Twisted Fab. Presenting sponsors are Cherry City Bagger Bars, Sea Cycles, Performance Baggers West Coast, Invisivin, Genuine Supply, and Trauma Moto. That's where we're at right now.
Okay, so I have a question for you. I recognize a lot of those names. Now, is there a rule where if you're a vendor, you cannot have your bike in the show? Because if so, I'm not putting my bike in.
Oh no, you can have as many bikes in the show as you want, man.
Yeah, I recognize a few of those names. There's going to be some beautiful pieces of artwork sitting in that event.
There's going to be some really nice bikes. There's going to be, not patting myself on the shoulder, but there'll be a few bikes out of my shop that'll be in the show as well.
Are you bringing that Black Road King?
I don't know. I got to talk to the guy that owns it.
I thought that was yours.
The Air Ride, the one with, was that here in December?
It was sitting up in the front corner, like right by the door.
I think he's going to come out. He's actually good friends with, you guys watch Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. You remember Happy from Sons of Anarchy, the bald guy?
Yeah.
He's good friends with the guy that owns that Road King. I'm trying to get him to bring him to the show.
That makes sense. He was a real one. He was brought on as a technical advisor, and then became part of a role in it. Yeah. Right. So, but I know he has actual connections in the Big Five.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'll probably bring my shovel head, my baby. I'll probably bring that. There'll be several performance baggers that we built. I call them the $80,000 baggers. I don't know. I got to have guest judges because I can't judge the bike show because I've built half the bikes there. So
yeah, that's a tough thing. We've had the same thing on a much smaller scale, and that becomes complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've got a few friends flying in from California that are just getting back from a cross country big ride. So a couple of them are going to fly up and probably be a couple of the judges. And I don't know, I might have my buddy that, Marion Metalworks. I think he's going to be a vendor too. He hasn't reached back out, but he's a really cool chopper builder. I might have him judge like the performance baggers because he knows nothing about them.
So
and then I'll judge the choppers.
How many classes are you going to have?
We have 10.
10 different? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have 10 classes. So 9 and then an overall trophy. The way we did it this year, instead of, you say you want to enter into the chopper class, we're not having people enter into a certain class. we're just awarding 10 classes. So
Gotcha.
technically you could roll in with an old shovel head that's all Viclet out with a killer paint job. You can win 2 or 3 trophies.
Gotcha. No, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a $8,000 and under class so I can get in it?
Yeah, all are welcome, bro. All are welcome. We've got a sporty class, a Sportster class, a vintage class,
A working class?
Yeah, working class. How about?
Got it all. Got it all. Got it all.
Poor white trash class.
Hey, Brad, I've got a question.
Okay.
And you're about this tall, so I can barely see you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's that? That better?
That's better. I'm also, this is on my phone, so it makes squash.
So was it your bike that they were doing the cams on at Timbertown last month?
Yes.
Okay, so you and I did meet. You and I were the only.
Okay. I can't see very well either.
So
he's sitting way back here.
Hell yeah.
We actually had a conversation.
Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. Now you look familiar. It's really hard to see you.
It's all good.
Yeah, that was my bike, and I've got to ride it once since then. I've been so busy. But yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to your bike show. It's going to be fun.
Thank you. I think it's going to be pretty freaking cool. It's always wanted to show. There's only one other show in Oregon, or in this area. The one show. Yeah, the one show.
Yeah.
And
that's inside in the wintertime. That's not very fun.
It's inside, outside. I got nothing bad. I've had a bike in the show. It's traditionally more chopper metric ish kind of show. I wanted a V-twin show. So, I mean, I got nothing against any other style bikes. I think 2 wheels is 2 wheels. And I own just about all of them.
We have to clarify. We have to get clarified because I have a couple of V-twins in here that are metric as well. So is it just V-twins or is it American V-twins?
Nope, just V-twin. As long as it's a V-twin. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I got a treaty over there I can put together and bring my little bobber out there.
Absolutely. Where I'm not. I didn't want to have just a completely open show because it just becomes
chaotic.
Yeah, it becomes chaotic. Yeah. But V-twin, I mean, you can, like I said, it doesn't have to be a Harley. So as long as it's a V-twin. And if you can't distinguish that, you shouldn't be riding motorcycles. You know what I mean? You know if you own a V-twin or not. So
speaking of being outside, and we are in Oregon, so what are you going to do if it rains a couple days beforehand? How are you going to get $80,000 bikes out on the green? That's what I'm worried. That's what I'm wondering about.
I have a backup plan. I've got a backup plan. They have a huge parking lot. That was actually back up a little bit. That was actually the original plan. So I was looking for a place to do this show, and that was it. I didn't even have a logo for the show or anything, and I wanted to find a really cool place. I was talking to my wife one day, and she's like, you should hit up my friend that owns Oak Knoll Golf Course. And I'm like, a golf course, really?
Yeah, but that's a great central location. I mean, that's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. Yeah. So I cold called the owner or one of the owners, and she's like, heck yeah, we ride. We'd love to have a motorcycle show here. And I'm like, okay. So I went and talked to him and walked around, and just the wife. I hadn't met the husband yet. And I walked around and checked it out, and I spent hours laying out the entire parking lot. Sorry, phone's going off. And I had it all laid out to do the entire show in the parking lot, which is huge, and it would have been great. Came time to go out there and sign the contract because it wasn't cheap to rent the place, but thank God for sponsors. And I started walking the grounds with the wife, and the husband was there. And I wanted to ask if I could at least put the show bikes on the grass next to the golf course, like the rough, but it still was beautiful. was like, hey, can I at least put I just didn't want to ask, but can I put the show bikes here? He's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I just didn't want to ask. It's a golf course. You don't normally put motorcycles on a golf course. And so we started walking around more, and I, tell him about what I wanted to do and everything. He goes, why don't you just put the bikes on the fairway? I'm like, quit fucking with me. Like, you're kidding, right?
That require them shutting down the golf course for the event?
Yeah, and that's why it cost me so much.
Oh, okay.
To rent the place. So
I don't want to be dodging Titleist all day.
No. The place is all ours for the day.
Nice.
So no golf will be had.
My brain is thinking golf clubs, bikes, and polo.
Yeah.
Harley Polo. There we go.
Yeah. I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe Timbertown will be putting on like a putting challenge on one of the putting greens.
Yeah, but definitely on feet, not on bikes, because that's going to create worse than divots. Divots are going to be the least of their worries if we're rolling on the green.
Yeah, and only show bikes are on the grass. There's no, people just come to the show. That they'll all be parked in the parking lot out on the asphalt. So I've got a shit ton of vendors and volunteers, and we're having volunteer meetings, and I went and bought a 6-pack of really nice radios, and it's going to be a whole big thing. It's going to have to be very coordinated to this to all work. So
nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Well, I told you before. June 10th, right?
Yep.
Yeah, as far as I know, we don't have anything planned on that. So at some point, you and I get together, and we'll see if there's anything that we can help with, and maybe we can jump on the bandwagon. But at the very least, I want to pick your brain, because what you're doing right now is what we're trying to do, only on a much larger scale. So you have the connections that we don't have. So maybe, like I was telling my wife, maybe we could scratch each other's back a little bit, and if nothing else, give me some knowledge to help us get to that point.
Absolutely, not a problem at all.
Because I guess ours isn't happening until August now. So
cool. In Mac.
We're aiming for Mac. We've been doing it in Sheridan, but we want to grow it a little bit. So I think we're moving to Mac this year. We're still trying to figure out what's where, and we got to do it really quick because we're running low on time. But we're trying to get to a bigger venue than just a couple streets in Little Sheridan. I mean, it's been fun. Right. We love the people in Sheridan, but in order to grow, we got to be where more people are. So
right. Huh. Cool. Well, if I'm not on some mega riding trip, I will be there.
Right on.
Late summers, we're usually gone.
Yeah, I'll have to keep up with your schedule, and I'll have to jump in and do a couple more rides with you guys when you're not going out of state or whatever.
Absolutely.
I would love to ride out of state with you guys. I just can't right now.
No, I got you. I am going to start. I haven't officially launched it, but there's a taco shop in Salem, downtown Salem, called Chronic Tacos.
Where's that at?
It's right downtown Salem. I'm going to start, I think, once the weather warms up a little bit, where people actually come out, start doing like a Taco Tuesday downtown Salem.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It's close for everybody to get to, after work or whatever.
Is it in like on Commercial Street, like in the bar blocks down there?
Yeah. Yep.
The only thing with that is you have to coordinate with the owner and make sure there's designated bike parking, because it gets pretty full down there and hard to find a place to sit.
Yes, sir. We're going to take it over.
Nice. I'm down for that.
Yeah. So I'll be posting about that if it comes to fruition. I'm hoping it does. So. Mm-hmm.
Right on. I like that idea.
Yes, sir.
We need more stuff out here, man. We really do. And, we're trying, but we're just not quite big enough to get that reach. But if we can get, partnerships and friendships with other bigger organizations, then, we have a better chance of accomplishing what we're trying to do. We've been putting on bike nights for a couple of years, but the most we've gotten is like, 25 bikes at a time or whatever, which isn't bad. I'm not complaining about that. We started out with like 6. So if we get a couple dozen, we're all giggling like girls, but it's hard finding that spot where you're allowed to be and where nobody's going to throw you out of their parking lot. And then if you do, then there's usually not food and drink there in the parking lot. And then the participants complain, it's like we got poo-pooed on by a Jack in the Box one time. They're like, we don't like a bunch of bikers in our parking lot. Okay. Our money is just as green as everybody else's. So what's the point?
Yep.
You've got 30 people in your parking lot that are going to want something to drink. Chill out and be happy,
Yeah, exactly. That's how we started. That's how we started with our bike nights up in Portland. Clayton, my buddy Clayton, Biker Cowboy, he actually was kind of the original guy for, it wasn't called 503 bike nights back then, but he started them up in Portland just outside of a little pub deli thing, and that got to where we outgrew that place and he moved away. And then another friend of mine, and I think there's 5 companies. Yes, 5 companies got together and we did the 503 bike nights, and it's still going on. And those got huge. I mean, it was once a month, 200 plus bikes.
Yeah, I seen Harley Fatboy Jr. did a video on one where you guys went to Paradise, I believe it was, and then you went somewhere else after and had like an industrial street where guys were stunt riding and whatever. That was pretty kick-ass. I haven't made it to one yet, but watching his videos, I'm definitely going to have to. Right,
and we usually do. Well, I didn't do much with it this year. I was just so busy. Sorry, guys. We usually do the kickoff party at Timbertown, the kickoff for the season. And I think there was over 200 people last year at the kickoff. That was pretty awesome.
I think, didn't they just have it like a couple weeks ago, though? Didn't it just pass?
No, no, it hasn't. Not yet.
Oh, they haven't done it yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know a couple places had them. I didn't know if it was like, if it's it must be different dates for different dealers then.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, I mean, if you want, now that we got each other's text numbers, if you think about it, shoot me a text when some of this stuff is coming up, and if we can help support, then we need more stuff to do, and as a club, we need more events to reach out and connect with people. So you give me a shout out, and we'll try our best to be there and help support. Because I like what Crash Inc. is doing, and I like your attitude about things. I like your point of view, I guess. And you have that, I was saying earlier, my biggest point of view is if you can do good stuff for others while doing what you love to do, why would you not want to do that?
Exactly.
So if I can, me riding my motorcycle does something good for somebody else, I'm 100% on board with that.
Amen. And I'll ask you, give me a little leeway as I ask everyone. It got to a point where I would put on a ride just to go ride, and I had so many people mad at me because I didn't personally text them. And I'll ask you the same as I ask everybody else. I will post about it every time we do a ride, and if I don't text you, don't take it personal, because my list got to the point where I wasn't meant to go. No. It's gotten to the point where I don't even text anybody anymore. I just tell everybody, hey, from here on out, I'm posting about the rides that we're going to do, and come show up. It got to a point where I'd have to have like 5 different group messages just to include everybody.
And then it takes the fun out of it.
Well, it
becomes more work than fun.
Well, it's the time. It's the time thing. I have no time to do anything. Hey, look at this. Let's see. How do I flip this camera? I don't know how to flip this camera. I don't know how you do this. More? No. Camera. Oh, nope. Don't want to do that. I don't know how the hell, but if you can see how full this shop is.
It looks like you got more bikes in there now than when I was there.
Yeah, there's, I think, 3, 5, No. Well, last weekend there was 13 in here. I think we're down to 3, 5. I think we're like 9 right now, sitting at 9 or 10. So, and I've got 2 of them on my lift. My lifts are full right now, and I've got 3 other guys waiting for work. So it's just like work all day at my regular job, come home, wrench for an hour or 2, go to the gym, eat, sleep, rinse, repeat. And then the weekends is all day, both days out here. And to mention, I'm doing a little remodel at our house, so I've been working on that too. So that's what I was doing. That's why I was freaking out when you messaged me. I was like, "Oh shit! Oh god!" I thought because I'm on another live after this. I thought that was at 6, and you were messaging me, and I'm like, "Oh damn it! I'm screwed."
No, I'm sorry about. I was just trying to remind you. You said remind you earlier.
Yes.
So I was just reminding you that it was coming up later. Was all. I wasn't trying to freak you out, man.
No. You didn't freak. Yeah. I was freaking myself out.
So I got to give a plug for that because I'm going to shut this off in probably 10 to 15 minutes, and then it's Throttled Roots, correct?
Yes, sir. Throttled Roots.
Throttled Roots will have a live stream featuring Brad and probably other things they're going to talk about. So when I shut down, if you want to switch over to Throttled Roots and his live stream and give some support over there, that'd be kick-ass.
Yes, please. That would be badass. We're doing a kind of a in-depth deep dive to the show, or to the show, to the Pac West show.
So you're going to answer all the questions I just asked, only in more detail, right?
Yeah, kind of. I went out and took a bunch of photos and video of the place, and he's going to
I don't know how to do that. He's probably got a better production than I do, so.
Got to start somewhere, bro. Somebody asked me one time if I wanted to start a podcast, and I said, hell no, I don't have the time.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how'd you end up with Denver down at your house? That was kind of weird in a good way.
So Denver. So when Denver first started the V Twin Life podcast, I'm pretty sure I was his first sponsor. We just hooked up online, started talking, and I sponsored his show. And we've just been friends ever since. We did Mile Monsters together. That's another good fundraising thing. And just friends. And he was coming up on his 100th podcast. So he wanted to film number 100 with me. And so he came down and we did a bunch of work to his bike. He stayed the weekend, and I did neck bearings and suspension and shit on his bike. Yeah.
I mean, I know the joke, and he's not from Seattle. Isn't he from like Olympia or Tacoma or something like that?
God, Port Angeles? Way up
Port
there.
Angeles?
Yeah. On the border, yeah. He's way up there. You can see Canada from his house. Yeah. So, yes, sir.
Hi, Doc Harley.
What's up, dog? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. I got some guests today.
Yeah, I see that. Been a little beat up from today being in the shop. Not like a 2020 Road Glide with 43,000 miles on it for a 40K service and neck bearings and fork rebuilds and new tires and brakes and brake and clutch flushes, and this list goes on and on.
Well, you keep doing that. When are you going to have time to work on that 184,000 horsepower Softail of yours?
Well, the head pipe came in. I got to get that out for ceramic coating. My powder coater is on vacation to the 18th. The 55 millimeter throttle body is going out to HPI tomorrow with the order sheet for the tunnel ram 70 millimeter induction. So when that comes in, and from what I understand, the tunnel ram elbow is on back order right now. So, when that comes in, it comes in.
I'm thinking you need to scrap all that and just go turbo, bro.
No, it's 10 grand for a turbo.
Well, see, okay, over here is a guy that's a dealer for a bunch of people and has connections. Maybe you two need to talk.
Give me a shout, bro. Give me a shout.
Yeah, well, I'm more interested in doing my fundraiser raffle bike, building that up. If anybody doesn't know, I'm going to be building a 60 to 70s style custom chopper. I'm trying to get all the products donated to build it. And I already have a painter lined up, and I'm going to sell the raffle tickets at $100 a piece, only 100 raffle tickets. And when all tickets are sold, I'm going to have Homes for the Brave. They're a 403B non-for-profit organization. And what they do is they take in homeless veterans, give them a place to stay for a year, help them write resumes, help them find jobs and places to live, and put them back into society as useful members. And they are not subsidized by any government program. They work off of nothing but pure donations. So if I could do this and raise 10 grand and give that to them, I think that would be amazing.
That'd be
I'm
badass.
trying-
That sounds really kick-ass, but I'm doing the math in my head. Hopefully you're going to get a lot of donated stuff because you ain't going to make no money off of 10 grand.
No.
100 times
No,
100
that's
is
why-
only 10 grand. That bike's going to end
Right.
up costing 20.
Hey guys, I don't want to interrupt. I gotta go. I gotta go get ready for that other show.
Yeah, you do. Hey, thanks for jumping in, brother. And
Absolutely.
we will definitely see you again. And we will, like I said, when I cut off, we'll jump over to Throttle Roots and support you guys over there, man. Great thing you're doing. And yeah, I mean, we didn't get to. I mean, knowing you, I'm sure there's a charity involved in it somewhere and something like that. And we didn't
Yes,
get into
sir.
that, but maybe we could talk about that later on down the road.
Yeah, we can do another one of these. No problem. Let me know.
Okay, buddy.
See you, Brad.
All right. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
I'm looking forward to doing that. I've been writing Project Spaceball since Tuesday, and it's a lot of fun to ride. It could be scary at times if you're not conscious of how hard you're hitting that throttle.
Well, that's probably only what, a 600-pound bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of horsepower for a light bike.
Well, it's not the horsepower really; it's the torque.
Yeah, you're already at what, like $160?
Yep.
Yeah. And a little soft tail frame you built with a 131.
I don't want it that.
So, Doc, I'll introduce you. This is Bill because I know you got on late. Bill runs an abuse shelter, a shelter for abused children and women. And there's going to be a benefit ride next weekend for his organization. So that's why he's my special guest tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure it's out your way, so unfortunately I won't be able to make it.
Hey, I watched all you guys talk about New York stuff yesterday, so deal with it, bro.
Yeah. Hey, no. I love to support any benefit that helps out veterans, elderly, and definitely kids.
Yeah, I wish I was in your guys' area because it sounds like a pretty kick-ass group, that Valley Riders, whatever it was. I forget what it was called, but that sounds like 10,000 strong. That's where we'd like to get, but that's inspirational.
Yeah. I've just talking to the wife today. We're going to head down to Cycle Fanatics' meet and greet that morning. Probably stay there for a couple hours and then blast over to Poughkeepsie to that expo, because that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what Brad and I were just talking about a little bit, is like, we don't have a whole lot of that up here. It's almost like everything just shuts down in November, and everybody, we don't have a lot of big events up here, but the event he's about to throw, I think, is going to change that. Because usually when somebody throws a really successful one, everybody's going to want to try to one-up it for their organizations. And I hope that happens, because we need more stuff like that up here in the Northwest.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Because you get started doing you start organizing things like that, and then you get a charitable organization or a veterans organization, or like his something that helps families and kids, and you can get them involved in it. With that reach in that big of an event, you can do some pretty incredible things for people that need help.
Yeah. And that's why I'm going to reach out to Homes for the Brave, see if I could get them involved, because I want them to, benefit 100% from it. So,
Yeah, that
'cause
sounds like
I
a really
believe in
kick-ass
what they
idea.
do. I believe in what they do, and I support them as much as I can. I think this would be an amazing way to show them some love and support for everything they've done over the years.
That's awesome.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, it's in the infancy stages right now of planning and trying to get everything going. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to Billy Lane. I'm gonna reach out to Brian Clock. I'm gonna reach out to Todd Cycles, who's also V-Twin Manufacturing, which has a whole bunch of chopper parts. That's what they do. So I'm hoping I would be able to get a lot of the 90 to 100% of it donated. If I could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would help immensely.
And it's not something for me to keep or show off. It's for me to build and sell raffle tickets and give the bike away, to somebody who one lucky winner,
Isn't that kind of like a double-edged sword, though? I mean, it feels good to do something for somebody, but if you're going to put all that work and time into it, it's kind of sad to watch it go like that, huh?
No, because see, I'm kind of retarded that way. I enjoy creating and working on and building bikes as much as I do like riding them.
That's cool.
It's as much therapy for me to work on a bike than it is to ride a bike. And today, kick my ass in the garage trying to get everything done, and I can't because it needs a new back rim because the new back tire won't seal because it's bent.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. But what am I going to do?
So, Doc Holly, I got a question.
Yes,
and it's really important. Yankees or Mets?
I'm not a baseball fan,
Oh, okay.
so I
Good
couldn't really care all about overpaid crybabies at all. I mean, you take somebody like Darryl Strawberry, who went through and destroyed multiple livers when people can't even get one. And he was able to get multiple of them because of his money and his fame.
Good point. Very good point.
So I don't support those. Superheroes don't wear capes or have numbers on their backs. They wear uniforms that protect and serve and serve the country and serve the people. And those are the people I support. Those are the people I look up to.
Amen to that.
And guys like Mikey. Hey, Mikey, how you doing, buddy?
What up, Mikey?
How you doing, sir? How are you doing, Doug?
Good.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, we got good weather, so I've been MIA, just lost in the hills over here somewhere.
You look.
You must have gave it to us. We have it all of a sudden. As you can see, the sun shining on my face over here. That wasn't earlier. The sun just broke out an hour ago here. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's been really nice for probably, and I think we got another week coming of it. Just beautiful weather. So I've just been exploring, little left, little right, little here, little there, to see if I can figure out these mountain passage roads. And there's tons of them.
Come to an intersection. Which way to go? Left, right, or straight? I don't know. Let's try this way. Okay. Next intersection. Which way do you want to go?
That's exactly right too. And then I get out there, and it's hard to. You start smelling the redwoods. You're smelling it like cedar. And just cruising along. I'm like, I don't even want to leave here. I don't want to turn at all. Let me sit right here and just chill. It's
awesome. Good for you. You needed that, brother. You really did.
Yeah, I went out on a ride with the local Christian Motorcycle Association this past weekend, and it was a different world than what I did the previous Saturday. So it was nice to have a cool, calm, relaxed, chill kind of thing going. I took the windshield off the bike, and I tried to change some things up so it felt a little bit better, and got a lot of that shit out of my head.
Good.
Yeah, you needed a good ride to go on. Yeah.
Like I said, you look better now than you did previously.
Thank you.
I can see it in your face.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. So I'm glad it's over with.
Absolutely.
But yeah, did a bike night at Cycle Gear over here last Tuesday. Did a thing, got some closure, had a moment of silence and prayer for the guy, and it was super cool. It was really nice. So from that point, yeah, all weekend I've just been miles upon miles upon miles upon miles, and broke the bike. I actually managed to break the bike. I had a weird one too. Check this out. Cruising along, 80 miles an hour, left lane, lip mode, boom, check engine light. I got one cylinder. Yeah, so now I gotta get all the way across the road, and the bike stayed running. So I was like, fuck it, boom, muscled it through, got it home, shut it off, fired it back on. Everything's fine. Yeah, nothing.
You know what that means? You know what that's telling you? Trade me in for a Harley.
Trust me, we're gonna get there because it was close. So I was like, well, I'll plug in my PV3. I'll see what I got because I have my tuner here in California legally. And but it didn't reach codes. I'm checking through that. And nothing. No historical codes. No, I mean, I had a check engine light. I don't understand why I don't have a code in there, but I don't. So I was like, well, was it gas? Maybe it was just shitty gas. Filled up at a different station the next time. Rode off. This time, full stall. No power. Nothing. All the way back across the freeway again. Shut the bike off. I'm still doing about 40 on the side of the freeway. Shut the bike off. Turn the bike back on. Boom. Everything goes back to normal. No problems. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? It happened one other time after that. Then I stopped to get gas after the Christian Motorcycle Association ride, and it didn't want to start at all. So no. I could hear the starter trying to engage. Not a click, but I know it's something's going on there. It's getting through the power's getting through the solenoid. And,
so do I have to come down there with my trailer and bring you back up to Salem?
No, it was the dumbest damn thing ever. Fucking battery, just a battery. I was riding home. Yeah, I was riding home and I'm watching the voltage. I have a voltage display on my speedometer, and I'm seeing it drop 11.1, 15.5, 11.1, 15.5, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be something electrical. It'll be the battery. It'll be the voltage regulator. It'll be the stator. Who knows? It'll be one of those three things. And I don't know why I thought of it. I was just like, if I got a bad cell in that battery, it could be throwing off that voltage regulator. The voltage regulator could be thinking that it needs to push more power into that battery than it actually needs to, which is what's giving me my weird shit. And then in the meantime, so I ended up ripping the battery out 2 separate places. Both of them tested that battery. Both of them said that battery was 100% good. So I really started doubting it. I waited another day, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a damn battery, throw it in there, and see what happens. And I bought a damn battery, threw it in there, and the damn thing was fine. Yeah, bike's been great ever since. Weird. Yeah, really strange. I was thinking at first, I was like, nothing was loose. You know what I mean? Because then I feel like a real dumbass if I had a loose terminal and then bought a battery over that. But no.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah. But everything's been good ever since. I had to do that. Had to do the oil change, and that's a lot of fun in a condo with rules. Like I had to wait. Everybody went to work. And I'm just out there like, ready, go, boom. And then I'm out there and I'm dumping oil in California into a big pan into small, getting the shit everywhere. Yeah. Surprised I'm not.
You don't even have a garage on that condo, do you?
No, they use it for their VW bus, the people who own this place.
Oh, that's right, because it's like a B&B type thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Style. They stick.
So we're out of here.
That means you need to get your asses back up here.
I'm working on it. I'm trying.
You're going to wait until it's nice weather, aren't you?
Well, June 12th will be our last day here. We're moving somewhere. We don't know where, but we'll know more then. But there's nothing going on.
Connecticut.
I'm sorry?
Come to Connecticut.
Oh, dude, that's such a fucking... I already got 15,000 miles over our lease mileage on that Jeep already, going all the way across country. Oh yeah, 3 years, 36,000 mile lease. we are through 2 years as of April 5th. 2 years of the 3-year. We have 52,000 miles on the truck.
Oh,
Might as well buy it out at this point.
That's what we're gonna do. Yep.
yeah, it's yours. They
There's
don't want
work
it
in
back. It's
Jersey.
yours now.
She brought that up there. There's work in New Jersey, and she thought about it. She was like, "What do you think about going back?" And I'm like, "Are you all the way across now? We're going to go coast to coast." Like, yeah.
Well, Cycle Fanatics has got something coming up on the 29th in New Jersey. And there's a big motorcycle expo on the same day in Poughkeepsie, New York. So
Hey,
just
baby,
saying.
if I could get out of there alive, it would be all right.
And
I don't know.
Laconia is coming up, and so is Americade and Catskill Mountain Thunder and Gettysburg Bike Week.
I know all the cool stuff's going on over there. That's why Dogg's
Yeah.
trying
Maybe we should just
going
do
on
that,
up there.
Mikey. You and me. We should get you, your wife, and me and my wife, and we should just go east.
I don't know that I want to cross the Rockies again ever. Like I'm good over here.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm kind of stuck out here. I've had opportunities to go to other states, and we're stuck here. We even like the little town we're in. We're trying to move, and we don't even want to move out of our little tiny town we're in. So we're stuck. We're not going anywhere, whether we want to or not.
The killer, we're in a pickle because we own the house in Michigan. Don't want to sell it. Our interest rate's freaking phenomenal. I think we're one of those people who refied and ended up with like 2%. So our payment's next to nothing there. Yeah. We played it right at the time, and now everything's crazy. So, making the move out here, I think we're just going to end up renting that place out and then renting out here until things normalize. We're watching the property values like a hawk in the metro Portland-Salem area because that's where we want to end up. So, no, it's actually dropping.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Not quickly, but they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It's
The house next door to me is a postage stamp house. It's got to be less than 1,000 square feet. It has same size lots, just over a tenth of an acre. It was on the market for $256, and I think it's sold. I know it's sold for over asking. I think it went close to like 280.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there going, you got enough room to park one car, no garage, a tenth of an acre, tiny little house. But, I'm fortunate enough. I have two driveways and a garage.
Well, see, that's the kicker is where Dog lives and where you live, people actually want to live there. Where my house is, nobody wants to live there. Like it's
Well, it's down on 8 Mile, right?
Like, I'm sorry?
Is it down on 8 Mile?
No, not even close. No, we're 20 miles north of that. It's actually, we're in the safest city in Michigan. But I mean, if you're great on a curve, that's like Cleveland.
It's still Detroit, no matter how you slice it.
Right. It's Detroit all the way up till you hit Lansing, and then when you head west, it's a whole different world out there. Yeah, wine snobs, hillbillies, jeeps, that kind of stuff.
You got to get up in the thumb. That's where the rednecks are.
Oh yeah, man, I love. I used to buy cars up there like crazy. I love buying cars up there. First and foremost, there is nothing anywhere near anything. So all the high mileage cars, it's all highway. They have to take a highway to go everywhere. And on top of that, just the people are generally more honest about things up there than.
I had family probably an hour above Flint, so I know a little bit about that area up there.
Yeah, good folks up there. We're unfortunate in the Detroit and Metro Detroit area to not have the opportunity for a good old fashioned national disaster. There's no hurricanes and no earthquakes.
Wipe it all clean.
No.
It's like at least New Orleans gets the opportunity to have a hurricane come in, smash the shit out of it, and then clear it all out. We don't have that.
You get snow in Detroit.
Snow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. My thing is, I don't want to move anywhere where there's legitimate riding seasons. Like here, it kind of sucks riding in the winter, but we can do it. Yeah. I don't want to go anywhere where I can't ride in the wintertime. My brother's been trying to get me to North Dakota, and I'm like, dude, 6 months of the year, you got to shovel out your front door. I'm not okay with that anymore. I grew up in that, and I left it. I don't want to do that anymore.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it was good for 1 or 2 a month, I think, through the winter. you'd have a decent clear day or a decent, but then the amount of salt that they drop on the roads there is
that too. Yeah, I remember when we were growing up, the first thing you looked at when you bought a used car is the mileage. And if it was over 100,000, the car wasn't worth more than $1,000.
Yep.
Out here, we have
all the
cars
salt
that
they
are
put on the road.
300,000 miles, and they're going for 10 grand. Because they don't use salt out here. So up there, the salt, a few winters in that, and your car's just done.
Yep.
I'm super glad that this Jeep has not seen a Michigan winter. Both winters now we've been out west.
Yep. Well,
Super
look at it this way: when they salt the road, you can roll your margarita glasses in it, and there you go, salted glass.
Right
Well,
on.
what they used to do is Pennsylvania uses gravel instead of salt, or they used to. I don't know if they do anymore. And there used to be guys that made money off of going and buying used cars in Pennsylvania, bringing them back 6 at a time and selling them in Cleveland because they had Pennsylvania inspections and all of that, so you knew you were getting a decent car other than the cars in Ohio.
Yeah.
North Carolina and Pennsylvania were always, the car lots would actually advertise that in their window. We get our cars from these states, and more people would go to them because, you don't want Ohio used cars because of the crappy roads and the salt. Your suspension and the rear end of your car is garbage.
Oh, it's unbelievable here. Is I had a beautiful 2500 HD Chevy truck at home, and sold it off before we started doing all this crazy crap. And looking out here for another one, and oh my god, I mean, over and over and over again, beautiful rust-free truck, rust-free truck, rust-free truck, two-wheel drive. Everything's two-wheel drive over here.
Yeah. Well, and they want so much. I mean, I'm looking at replacing mine. Mine's an old 93 OBS 4, and I love my truck, but it's pushing 300,000 now. It's getting a little bit tired. And I looked at one today that was a 96 with a 7.3 in it. And on those, you can't see the mileage unless you turn them on. But the body looked fair. It was a 6.5, 7. It wasn't great, but you could tell it had some miles on it. And they wanted 11 grand for a 96.
Yep.
But that's the way it is out here. Trucks are just outrageous over here.
Oh yeah, same here. I bought a 2021 Silverado 1500. It was the RST line. I bought it brand new for $42,000. Hated the truck. Sold it 6 months later. Well, traded in 6 months later to a different dealership. They gave me $49,000 on trade.
Damn.
I mean, I think I'm
we sold
the
it for
one and only
53.
person who bought a brand new vehicle, drove it off the lot, and made $7
And made
grand.
money.
It's like,
Well, it's
thank you,
like
sir.
mine.
Can I have another?
If mine had a diesel in it, it'd be a $10,000 truck. But it's got the it's got the 460 in it, and I can't give that thing away. Everybody wants the 7.3s in theirs now. I love her. She's a great truck, but yeah, I wanted to trade it in on something a little more fuel efficient, because basically we have the truck and our bike right now that we can drive, and the old lady uses the truck unless I have to work with it, and then I ride the bike. But with all the rain out here, I'd like to have something with a roof on it when it's pouring down rain in Oregon.
Carry
But,
an umbrella with you.
I can, yeah. Well, they have those Japanese bikes that have those like plastic covers that you can put over. I was thinking about one of those. But I mean, yeah, it's just I'll just drive it until it dies, because it's worth more to me to keep than it is to get rid of. But I see everybody else sell theirs for outrageous prices. Everybody wants a diesel now. Everybody wants that 7.3 in my body style, anyways. And I don't blame them. I would if I could drop a 7.3 into mine for a decent price, then I would just keep the truck.
Yeah. And if you take care of a diesel, it'll last forever.
Well, mine's it's good. I mean, like I said, it's got like 290 on it right now, but it was a fleet truck most of its life, and all it did was haul motorhomes and campers up and down I-5. So it was taken care of really well. I mean, nobody believes that it's got as many miles as it does. but it does, and there's there's telltale signs. The suspension's getting weak and all of that, so it's time to upgrade. But the problem is instead of fixing the truck, I have a Harley.
Sounds like your priorities are in order.
Yeah, and that's why we're here, right? Because we have Harleys. Well, most of us do.
Most of us do.
The other one should probably keeps having episodes and might have one again soon too, right?
I've only had one problem, but yeah, really the beef with it too. I was pissed because I'm like, this is what got me. And this is what I was saying. We were this close because I'm like, I can walk to the Harley dealership from where I'm at. Walk to it. 2.5 hours. I got to go back to go to get this Indian place, and if this bike won't run, that means we're putting it on a trailer for 2.5 hours. When I took it down there for tires, I stayed in a damn hotel. Like I went the night before, slept in a rangy ass hotel, and then took the bike in for tires. And I'm like, if they're gonna have this thing for a day or 2 or 3, like this is not gonna be cool. So that's why I was pissed. It just so happens that the area that we're in right now is a Indian dealership desert. So
No.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, I don't want to cut this short, but I promised that I'd be supporting another live stream, and we're getting on hour 30 now anyways. So if anybody's still paying attention, Throttled Roots, THROTTLED Throttled Roots. I promised that I'd try to direct everybody over to their live stream, and Brad should be over there among other things they're talking about. And I will see you guys next Thursday if I don't see you on your own live streams before then.
Before you go, Doug,
what's that?
Before you go, are you still coming down in May?
I'm trying to. With our relocation right now, everything's up in the air.
Okay.
Like I said, there's things I got to do to the bike before I do that, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to swing both. We have a month to get a new house, so
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm still trying really hard. I'm planning on it, but it may have to be pushed back a little bit.
That's cool. No problem. Just keep it.
And I know. Yeah, I know you got a time schedule because you're wanting to get up to Cycle World or whatever to get your bike worked on. So we'll figure something out. Like I said, I'm still planning on it, but we'll figure something out for your trip up here, bro.
Cool.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Well, thanks, Doc. Thanks, Mikey. Thanks, everybody that's in the chat there. I can't read all the names because I got to do all this shit. But peace out, and we'll see you next Thursday, if not sooner. Do what you love, do it safely, and do it with purpose.